Ken Saward, Mazda Design Group.
Mazda Design Group.
Indeed.
So is this your baby?
This is our baby, yes. This is a 2016 MX-5. We are super proud of this new car. It's an amazing looking car. When you stand back and look at it, you take it all in. Proportionally, it's beautiful. The surfacing is beautiful. Everything about the car is super dynamic. When you get in it and drive it, it's even more impressive.
You have this fun, crazy Japanese word for your design. The Komodo Dragon.
We call it Kodo Design.
Kodo Design.
This is one of our latest Kodo Design products. It's one of our newest Kodo Designs. What Kodo Design is all about is giving the vehicle movement and emotion, so it feels like it's actually moving when it's standing still. So what we do is we develop the surface and the proportions so it's got a lot of energy to it. So when you walk up to the car, the first thing it looks like, it's looks like it's ready to move off, like it's ready to drive. So part of the way we do that is the proportions. We give it big wheels and tires. We reduce the front and rear overhangs. The new MX-5 has got the shortest overhang of any sports car right now on the market.
So when you say overhang, like for those of us who are not car
we're
gearheads,
talking about the distance between the front of the car and the wheel center.
Okay.
Especially in the rear, the overhang is tiny, but we really reduce the overhang. Not only does that give the car a very agile stance, but it also helps dynamically. There's less weight out in front of the front wheels, less weight out behind the wheels, so the car handles better, so it gives it better dynamics as well.
I'll have to ask you a question,
Sure.
and it's like the question that we get asked the most, and it's, what does Ken do in his spare time? I'm kidding, that's not it. It's 155.
Well, I can tell you what I do in this
Right,
spare time.
right. No,
I race MX-5s, so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also a fist bump. Yes, that's
Yes.
cool. No, but
it is very cool.
The horsepower. You know, everybody's, 140, 55 horsepower, that's weak. I had a friend tell me the Miata's a girl's car, and I'm like, what? So,
No,
you know,
not at all.
Tell me how you address that.
No, this car is a blast to drive. You just mentioned the horsepower numbers. The car has plenty of power. When you get in it, you never drive this car and feel like it's underpowered. The car drives great, it handles well, it's got great acceleration, it revs great. Performance-wise, this car is as good as it looks.
Well, and yeah, and some of the changes, like we just drove the Heritage, and we noticed that you know, the pedals that you guys talked about, the pedals are different, and that's a lot better. But what are some of, being on the design team, what are some of your favorite features and changes in this gen?
Well, some of the cool things from the exterior, again, it's the Kodo Design, which is very different from our previous generation MX-5. A lot of the surface development, the movement in the hood, you can see the way the reflections bounce off the curves of the hood. We've got this really strong character line here, which helps create a plan view in the vehicle. So it helps make the rear wheels look like they're sticking out further. So it's giving the car a lot of curvature to it and a lot of plan view. When you come around to the back of the car, you notice how compact it looks. That was what we were really aiming for in the MX-5. We wanted the car to seem small. We wanted it to seem very compact, but very agile and lightweight. So we've got our signature rear lamps. This is very much carrying over from our first generation MX-5 with the round lamps, which was like this iconic element on the MX-5.
Sure, so you're preserving history
So
and the legacy.
We're trying to bring it forward and bring it in a much more modern way of doing it. And so by doing that, we give the car this kind of classic look in a way, and people can relate to it in the first generation car when they see it in the fourth generation car in the 2016.
That's awesome, that's awesome.
So when you stand back from the car, you can see how compact the rear end is. It's very tight. Again, very short overhangs, giving it a really dynamic stance.
What was some of the logic in having the speakers in the headrest?
Well, of course, when you drive with the car the top down, which is the way you're always supposed to be driving an MX-5,
of course, right?
You want to be able to hear the stereo. So we put the headrest speakers in there, so that helps with the wind noise, which you're going to just get naturally with a convertible, but it allows some better audio and better speakers and better sound quality.
Gotcha.
So we've got a lot of speakers in the doors and on the instrument panel and in the A-pillar as well, but having them right by your ears really helps to block out some of the wind noise as well.
Right, right.
The other cool thing I want to talk about on the interior of the car is how we brought the exterior of the car into the interior. What we call basically bringing this oneness between the exterior and the interior by bringing this body color.
The color panel in.
It's
and
really
I
cool.
love it. I really do.
And every car comes, whatever body color it comes in, you get that body color on the door panel. We wanted to bring this kind of feeling of openness to the car, not just because it's an open top car, but also we wanted the car to feel lightweight inside as well.
I think it gives a very hip, modern feel too, by carrying this through.
Modern, but also in a lot of ways very classic. If you go back to the classic sports cars of the 50s, and you always brought some body color in. The instrument panels were usually made out of metal, so they had the same color as the body, and that's kind of what we're trying to capture, some of that classic feel, but done in a very modern way.
So it's hip but timeless. You know what? It's sitting here, it's gorgeous.
You ready to
I kind of want to go for a ride.
Let's take a
ride.
ride.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.